Two legendary brothers are returning to save Marvel and the Avengers franchise. There's also progress on the Alien series and the sequel to M3GAN. Learn about this and much more now in the KinoCheck news. For many, Endgame was one of the last big highlights of the MCU. That's why Marvel now wants to be on the safe side and is calling the Russo brothers back as directors for the new Avengers movies. The Hollywood Reporter informs that Joe and Anthony Russo are to direct the currently untitled Avengers 5, as well as Avengers 6 Secret Wars. Although talks are still at an early stage, the decision to hire them is considered highly likely. In the meantime, various names have been discussed for the director's job, including Deadpool and Wolverine director Sean Levy and Shang-Chi filmmaker Destin Daniel Cretton. The Russos have been behind some of the MCU's most popular movies to date: Captain America, The Winter Soldier, and Civil War, as well as Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame. And the latter is currently the second highest grossing movie of all time. While the focus of the fifth Avengers film is currently uncertain following the sacking of Jonathan Majors, Secret Wars is based on a comic series from the 80s, in which many heroes and villains are forced to face off against each other on an alien world. The Russo brothers have previously spoken about how much they would like to adapt this story into a movie. Avengers 5 is scheduled for release on May 1st, 2026, with Secret Wars on May 7th, 2027. Dracula is truly immortal. The old Count has already been the subject of countless movie adaptations. Now, cult director Luc Besson is also adapting his own version. With Deadline magazine presenting a first impression from the set, it shows the director and main actor Caleb Landry Jones covered in blood and in full armor, presumably a scene from Dracula's past in the 15th century. As Deadline reports, Besson came up with the idea for the movie while working with Jones on his last film, Dogman. He was so fascinated by the leading actor that he immediately started looking for new roles for him. The result? Dracula. Jones reminded him of Gary Oldman, with whom Besson had worked on Leon the Professional and The Fifth Element. Fittingly, Oldman also played the title role in Bram Stoker's Dracula from 1992. While the other roles are rather cast with unfamiliar names, Christoph Waltz plays a vampire hunting priest, based on the well-known character Van Helsing. As the title of the new movie Dracula: A Love Tale already reveals, the director wants to focus primarily on the love story of the original book. As Besson explains, this is the essence of the story, waiting an eternity for love to return. Another modification concerns the location of the plot. The whole story will be moved from London to Paris. A release date for Dracula: A Love Tale has not been set yet, but the goal is to release it in 2025. It's far from being the only current Dracula movie. The Last Voyage of the Dementor and Renfield were the most recent attempts at the subject. Moreover, on December 25th, Nosferatu, the new movie by Robert Eggers, will also be released. This doll simply cannot be killed off. Production for M3GAN 2.0 has started, and new information about the cast is now doing the rounds. Producer Jason Blum shared a video of M3GAN's animatronic skull on X, along with the message, "Time to put M3GAN back together. We are back in production in New Zealand." Both Allison Williams, Violet McGraw, and Jenna Davis will reprise their roles from Part 1, as will Brian Jordan Alvarez and Jen Van Epps. According to Deadline, Tim Sharp, Aristotle Athery, and Jermaine Clement are also joining the cast. And another new addition is Ivana Sakno, known from Ahsoka. The roles that the new actors will take on are not known, nor is the plot of M3GAN 2.0. However, the movie will once again be written and directed by Gerard Johnstone and Akela Cooper. The horror thriller is due to be released on June 27, 2025. And there is also a M3GAN spin-off in the works, an erotic thriller called Soulmate, which is expected to hit theaters on January 2nd, 2026. Fans of the Alien franchise have reason to celebrate. On the one hand, a new film called Alien Romulus will soon be released in cinemas. And on the other hand, a very promising series is now at the ready. Filming for the FX-produced project has just been completed. On this occasion, company boss John Landgraf and showrunner Noah Hawley also announced the final title of the previously unnamed series, Alien Earth. It serves as a prequel to Ridley Scott's original film from the 70s. As the title suggests, this time the action won't take place on a spaceship or an alien planet, but on Earth. We're excited to discover how the series will explain that 30 years later, at the time of the movie, humanity will no longer be aware of the threat from outer space. Ridley Scott's own prequels, such as Prometheus, are to be entirely ignored. The rather little-known Sydney Chandler plays the leading role of a metahuman called Wendy, who has the body of an adult and the mind of a child. Her mentor is played by Timothy Olyphant, who is supposed to portray a synthetic called Kirsch. The producers are optimistic. FX boss Landgraf said that Noah Hawley should develop the story for at least 2 seasons for the Alien series before he was allowed to continue with his award-winning series Fargo. The team is currently working on the extensive post-production, which will probably last quite a while. A release date for Alien Earth has not been set just yet, but the year 2025 seems very plausible. Is Jack Bauer returning for one final mission after all these years? As Variety reports, the popular series 24 is now to be adapted into a movie. This was announced by Imagine Entertainment co-founder Brian Grazer at a recent event, in addition to a Backdraft remake with Glenn Powell. The plan is to revive the popular franchise together with Disney and Fox. The thriller series 24 ran for a total of 9 seasons from 2001 and featured the unique twist of being told more or less in real time. Whether 57-year-old Kiefer Sutherland will return to the leading role of Jack Bauer is not known at the moment. It's also unclear how the concept of real time can be applied to a movie if they intend to keep the title 24, which referred to 24 episodes each season back then. We can't wait to find out more. New details about the sequel to the cult classic Heat. Director Michael Mann spoke to the Los Angeles Times and commented on both the planned start of filming as well as the rumors surrounding the cast of Heat 2. The previous film is considered one of the greatest action thrillers of the 90s. In Heat, Al Pacino and Robert De Niro clash in a tough game of cat and mouse, cop versus criminal. During the filming of his last movie Ferrari with Adam Driver, Michael Mann published a novel that continues the legendary story. The story is split into 2 parts and is set after Part 1, as well as in Chicago in 1988. The director is currently working on the screenplay version and said that filming should start around the turn of the year. He's not yet allowed to reveal anything about the cast, but emphasized how well his last collaboration with Adam Driver went. Driver is rumored to be the favorite to take on Robert De Niro's role, while Austin Butler could take on Val Kilmer's younger part. It remains to be seen how Al Pacino's role will be cast. After all, some of the plot ties in directly with the events of Part 1, which was released in 1995. There is currently no release date for Heat 2, but we are anticipating a release in late 2025 or early 2026. Samurais and chefs are very popular at this year's Emmys. The hit series Shogun and The Bear are big contenders with 25 and 23 nominations, respectively. The Emmys are considered the most important television awards ceremony of all, and the list of nominees has now been published. Here are the favorites. This year, the Outstanding Drama Series category is also hotly contested. The big favorite Shogun is about a civil war in feudal Japan. Its biggest rival is the final season of The Crown. The series about the royals has been nominated a total of 18 times. However, Amazon's Fallout could also be a surprise here. The streaming hit has a total of 16 nominations. In the Outstanding Comedy category, the nominations ought to have put a big smile on the faces of the makers of The Bear in particular. With its 23 nominations, the hit series breaks the record set in 2009, when 30 Rock was nominated 22 times. Last year, The Bear already took home the coveted award for Best Comedy. But with the drama series Reservation Dogs by Taika Waititi and Only Murders in the Building starring Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez, there are some serious contenders for the award. Among the nominees for the Best Miniseries is Baby Reindeer on Netflix, in which author Richard Gadd plays himself in a traumatic phase of his life. The 5th season of Fargo, which already took home a trophy or 2 with the last season, should also stand a good chance. The Netflix hit Ripley, Lessons in Chemistry with Brie Larson, and True Detective Night Country are likewise competing for the award. In the running for the best performance as an actor in a drama series are Idris Elba in Hijack, Walton Goggins in Fallout, Gary Oldman in Slow Horses, Dominic West in The Crown, and Shogun star Hiroyuki Sanada. Competing for the award for Best Lead Actress in a Drama Series are Jennifer Aniston in The Morning Show, The Crown star Imelda Staunton, Anna Sawai in Shogun, Maya Erskine in Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and Carrie Coon in The Gilded Age. In the comedy category, the nominees are the Bear lead actor Jeremy Allen White, as well as Martin Short and Steve Martin for their roles in Only Murders in the Building. There's also Larry David for his performance in Curb Your Enthusiasm, DeFaro Wunatai from Reservoir Dogs, and Matt Berry in the series What We Do in the Shadows. Completing the trio of lead actors from Only Murders in the Building, Selena Gomez also receives a nomination for Best Lead Actress in a Comedy Series. Likewise nominated are Ayo Edebiri in The Bear, Jean Smart for her performance in Hacks, Maya Rudolph from Loot, and last but not least, Kristen Wiig in Palm Royale. On September 15th at the Emmy Awards ceremony in Los Angeles, we'll finally find out who will win the prestigious awards. What are your impressions? Which series and actors have particularly impressed you recently and are definitely deserving of an award? Let us know in the comments. That's it for this week's news. What do you think? Will the Russo brothers be able to turn things around with the new Avengers movie? And if you want to take a look at more content on our channel, check out our new preview for the Super Mario Bros. Movie 2 that may see the appearance of a cute green dinosaur, as well as our movie preview of the upcoming The Chronicles of Narnia reboot. Have fun!